Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So we talked about that 1610 level as support, which so far did hold. It briefly broke below it. That doesn't necessarily mean a break of support, especially as we did reclaim the support level. But yeah, it's coming down quite a lot. It came down a bit more than Bitcoin Ethereum today. But even if we, as I said to you, if we break below the 1610 level, which is here sort of the lower end or boundary of that support line here, and it also goes back to those levels here around 1610, we had support here, we had support here, we had support here, throughout early in Feb, and then we had resistance here in end of January. It's quite a relevant level, that 1610 level, so we did not substantially break below it. But even if we do that, does it mean we are going bearish? Not really. In the very short term, yes, it will lead to a further drop. But as I said in previous videos and also in the Bitcoin video, what happens is that I cannot then count this anymore as a fourth wave. So my next view would be that it's actually a wave 2 retracement, so that the entire move up was a wave 1. And then we look here at something like an A wave, maybe a B wave triangle, and then we come down in a C wave, where we will have chance to find support in the region around the lows of early last week. So it's not, depending on what time frame you're looking at and if you're leveraged or not, it's not necessarily a massive drop. So we talk maybe about another 5 to 10%, maybe 10% drop, which is a lot, but also not a lot, depending on what time frame you're looking at really and where we come from. Just that you know that. So when we lose support here, it doesn't mean we go down to $1,000 or something. It means we first are going to retest the lows of early last week. Now, does it mean we really go down all the way to around 1460? Not necessarily, right? There are other fibs that we can then draw. Drawing the fibs a little bit differently then would indicate that we then have a chance to find support around 1571. 1524, then 1496, but at the latest then, if we drop below that level, then probably also here the entire move is over to the upside, and we're looking at a much deeper retracement into the maybe $1,300-$1,400 region. But for now, we are holding support. And what I find quite interesting, obviously, I think it's in half an hour, the FOMC meeting minutes are coming out. So we see a bit of volatility in anticipation. Maybe it will go the other way afterwards. So these things can turn around at an instant. What I find quite interesting is here that we have a fairly complete wave 4 now. Yeah, again, there are different ways of counting this whole movement, but if I just count this as an A wave down, this as a B wave up, and the C wave down, then the C wave is already quite long compared to the A wave. And if I try to count the subwave structure, again, this is micro counting, yeah, but let's try to give you an orientation here. I can count, for example, the first wave down here as a wave. Let me think. It probably is, here a wave 1 to the downside, a wave 2, I would say, here to the upside. I'm actually thinking, no, you know what? I think I moved the B wave here, yeah, and then we had here a small 1 down, a 2 to the upside. Then we had, and I will show you the subwave count in a minute, but here a 3, a 4, and a 5. So we've got a fairly complete pattern to the downside with an extended third wave, which doesn't mean it has to turn around, but it means we need to be watching. Okay, it's not unrealistic to turn around here, or even you can always get an extension to these waves, so maybe it comes down once more, but it's sort of, we've had 5 waves down now, and at least some sort of a retracement should be coming, even if it might just be a bearish rally. But here in the third wave, we also had 5 waves down. So here, wave 1, we'd say we had a 2 here, then the 3, 4, and 5. So you have 5 waves down in wave 3. I'm gonna take them out again because it gets too busy on the chart. But yeah, we've got a fairly complete looking 5 wave move. Now, again, doesn't mean it has to be over and we are moving up. Unfortunately, due to the length of the move down and the strength, it would now need to break above 1650 to indicate a low has been struck. Now the very first indication will be a break above the 50% retracement, then we talk about 1625, but ideally it breaks above the wave 4 high at 1650. So that's sort of the levels I'm watching at the moment. No reason to expect necessarily something overall bearish at this stage. Of course, when support levels are challenged and we are really at the lower end of what you could call a wave 4, then probabilities of a break obviously increase, but then again, it can morph easily into a wave 2, which means the support level for the wave 2 is just sitting just below that. And that's why I highlighted to you I would be extremely careful with short trades as well, because sometimes you have that situation where the wave 4 can easily morph into a wave 2. It's not a crystal clear 3-wave move up. Yeah, this could also count as a 5-wave move, and then you could say this is a wave 1 and we come down in a wave 2. So the support area is just sitting below that. So you would be shorting directly into the next support area. So it's quite strong support, and that is why I'm still looking at least one more higher high here, you know, and I won't change my view until support is really broken. But yeah, it's all important to understand it all in the light of, you know, we've been rallying now since November, and we are sort of getting towards the end of that rally. Yeah, if you take the bigger context into account. Okay, that's my update about ETH. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.